So when I see that this is all red, and then I see that it changes color. Let's put the RSI here instead of the CCI. Even though the CCI and the SMI, this is an SMI, it works pretty much like stochastics. However, it's a bit slower and it complements the CCI very nicely. In this point here, where I see that it changed color, I can depend on this in this indicator, because it was red all throughout here, and right here it changed for some reason. And what's more is that here, this is a correction of about 185 pips, and it remained red. However, here is only 165 pips, but it turned blue. So this is a bit of a concern. As you can see, 165, 185, here it remained red, here it turned blue. So that's a bit of a concern. Also, the SMI had turned. There was a cross on the SMI. CCI is really compressed. When I put my RSI, especially, where is the RSI? Okay. RSI, we can get rid of this Bollinger Bands. We can do it with or without candles, but when I stretch my trend line right here, this top to this top, and when I use the same tops on the RSI, this top and this top, I can see that here the RSI trend line was, as this is happening, this is still within the trend line, maybe just a bit outside, but overall it's within the trend line. Right here at this point, the trend line is broken, and also the RSI trend line is completely broken outside. So this is my first clue. Right here it reaches 50, and also the candle changes. So the RSI is giving me a signal. Also the RSI had crossed this exponential moving average. Right here it crossed it, and it crossed the trend line. Right here this trend line is crossed. The SMI, as you can remember, in fact we can put the SMI back on. Well, let's delete this indicator, put the trend line when there is candles. Use the same heights to put this trend line as well. And here you go. I like to use the line because it just shows me the closes, which is really what I'm concerned with. Here it crossed the trend line, but it never closed above it. However, here it started to close above it, and the RSI is completely. So at this point here, everything is showing me that the trend had changed. Everything, including the Heikin-Ashi candles. Smooth Heikin-Ashi right here, to put it on my chart. Voila. So let's for visual sake get rid of the candles. So as you can see here, it's confirmed by just about everything. The candle, the CCI, the SMI, the RSI, the potential moving average being crossed by the RSI, everything is giving me a clue. The trend had turned, it's going up. Let me just keep this template just so that I have it. Let's make it default or basic. Basic was here. So sorry about that. This time frame will be my guiding time frame, my long-term time frame. I trust in this indicator, my indicator. Well, actually at the moment we could even look for a shorter time frame. Well, until a shorter time frame where this is all one trend, one color, no interruption. Okay, I think that the 75 minutes, yes, the 1 hour is already sort of dirty. It has here a red candle and here a red candle, here a red candle. 75 minutes guided by the 270 minutes. The 75 minutes should give me the first clue that a trend is turning, and I think that we might be looking at a correction soon, or I don't know. We are already in a rather advanced part of the trend. I would not jump into any trade at the moment unless I'm in already for some trades. But so the 270 minutes and the 75 minutes are basically what I'm looking at. Let's change the template on this as well. Basic. Basic. So let's put a trend line. Put a trend line. I can put it right here. And then we can, it's this point and it's this point, so we will put another trend line right here. And we will wait and see when the trend lines are. We want to see what's going on. Can also put a trend line on this time frame. Second, let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of this. So fine. If you prefer to work with trend lines with the candles,